The Rejected Mother, 770 words. The story opens on the mining colony of Kepler Station, where massive cargo ships dock daily. Nara belongs to the Vorthic species, 7-foot-tall, muscular beings with thick gray skin and powerful builds. Her people work as heavy laborers across the galaxy, valued for their strength, but looked down upon by smaller, more delicate species. Nara stands before the reproductive council of her homeworld via hologram. The three small, elegant council members shake their heads in disgust. "You are too large, too strong, too rough," the lead counselor says coldly. "Vorthic mothers must be gentle, small enough to care for our young without crushing them. You would make a terrible mother." This is the third time Nara has been rejected from motherhood rights. In Vorthic society, only females deemed suitable by the council can have children. Nara's size and strength, which make her an excellent worker, mark her as unfit for the most important role in her culture. After the call ends, Nara sits alone in her small quarters. She watches recordings of Vorthic children playing, her heart aching. She has always dreamed of being a mother, of teaching young ones about the stars and showing them kindness. But her own people see her only as a tool for labor. At the station's common area, Nara meets Tom, a human maintenance worker. Humans are new to this part of the galaxy, and most aliens find them strange. Tom is small compared to Nara, barely reaching her shoulder, but he treats her with genuine respect. When he sees her sadness, he asks what's wrong. Nara explains her situation, expecting Tom to agree with the council. Instead, he looks shocked. "That's crazy," he says. "On Earth, we believe anyone who wants to care for children and has love to give can be a good parent. Size doesn't matter." This confuses Nara. She has never heard such ideas before. Tom tells her about human families, how fathers and mothers of all sizes raise children together, how strength can be used to protect rather than harm, how the biggest hearts often come in the biggest bodies. The conversation plants a seed of doubt in Nara's mind about everything she has been taught. For the first time, she wonders if her people might be wrong about her. The human's wisdom, 770 words. Days pass, and Nara finds herself seeking out Tom's company. The human shares stories of Earth, where diversity in parenting is celebrated. He shows her videos of large human fathers gently holding tiny babies, of strong mothers teaching their children to be brave yet kind. "Your people are missing the point," Tom says during one of their talks. "Being big doesn't make you dangerous to children. It makes you their protector. The strongest people I know are often the gentlest because they understand their power." Nara begins to see herself differently. She watches how she moves around the smaller species on the station, how careful she is not to bump into anyone, how she instinctively lowers her voice around children. These aren't signs of clumsiness. They're signs of natural care. When a group of refugee children from various species arrives at the station, Nara volunteers to help. The other adults are surprised, but the children are drawn to her immediately. She sits on the floor to be at their level, speaks softly, and uses her large hands to create shadow puppets that make them laugh. Tom watches approvingly as Nara naturally becomes the children's favorite caregiver. She carries the tired ones without effort, her strength allowing her to help multiple children at once. When they have nightmares, her deep, soothing voice calms them better than anyone else's. The station's medical officer, Dr. Kane, notices Nara's natural way with the children. "I've never seen anything like it," she tells Tom. Those kids were traumatized, scared of everyone. But with her, they feel completely safe. Nara begins to understand that her size and strength aren't obstacles to motherhood. They're gifts. She can protect children from dangers that smaller caregivers cannot face. Her large hands can comfort multiple scared children at once. Her strong arms can carry them to safety when needed, but doubt still lingers. The voices of her people's council echo in her mind, telling her she's too rough, too dangerous. The cultural programming runs deep. The test of crisis, 770 words. Emergency shakes the station when a fire breaks out in the children's quarters. Smoke fills the corridors, and panic spreads quickly. The smaller adults struggle to evacuate all the children as emergency systems fail. Without hesitation, Nara rushes into the dangerous area. Her thick skin protects her from the heat better than others. She finds several children trapped behind fallen debris that the other rescuers couldn't move. Using her strength, Nara lifts the heavy metal beams and creates a safe path. She carries 4 small children at once, her powerful frame allowing her to shield them from falling sparks and debris. Her calm voice keeps them from panicking as she navigates through the smoke-filled corridors. When the passage threatens to collapse, Nara uses her body as a shield, holding up burning wreckage until other rescuers can reach them. Her size, which her people saw as a flaw, becomes the very thing that saves lives. After the rescue, the grateful parents of various species surround Nara with thanks. "You saved our children," a small Centaurian father says, tears in his eyes. "No one else could have done what you did." Tom finds Nara afterward, proud but not surprised. "This is what I've been trying to tell you," he says. "Your strength isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a gift meant to protect those who need protection." For the first time, Nara truly believes she could be the mother she always dreamed of being. But her people's laws still stand in her way. The challenge to tradition word of Nara's heroic rescue spreads throughout the station and beyond. Other species begin to question the Vorthic's motherhood restrictions when they see how naturally nurturing their unsuitable member can be. Tom helps Nara research human legal systems and concepts of individual rights. Together, they prepare to challenge the Reproductive Council's decision. Nara learns about human ideas like equality, personal freedom, and the right to family. When Nara requests another hearing, the council is annoyed. "We have already decided," the lead counselor says. "You are too large, too dangerous. This is our way." But this time, Nara is not alone. Representatives from multiple species at the station join the hearing as witnesses. Dr. Kane presents medical evidence showing that Nara's size actually makes her biologically better suited for protecting offspring. The rescued children's parents speak about her gentleness and natural care. Tom addresses the council with human perspective. "On Earth, we've learned that diversity makes us stronger. By limiting who can be parents based on physical traits, you're not protecting your children. You're depriving them of wonderful caregivers." The council is unmoved, clinging to ancient traditions. They refuse to change their decision, stating that Vorthik law cannot be influenced by alien ideas. Nara realizes that to become the mother she wants to be, she may have to make the hardest choice of her life, leaving her people behind. A new beginning, 770 words. Nara makes her decision. She cannot change her people's minds, but she can change her own life. With Tom's help and support from her multi-species friends at the station, she begins the process of becoming a guardian for orphan children of various races. The Galactic Child Welfare System, influenced by human concepts of inclusive parenting, recognizes Nara's qualifications based on her actions and character rather than her species restrictions. She officially becomes a guardian to 3 young orphans, each from different species, each needing the kind of protection and care only she can provide. Her first adopted child is a small, fragile wisp whose natural parents died in the same disaster that brought the refugees to the station. The tiny, glass-like being requires constant gentle care and protection from even minor impacts. Nara's large, careful hands become the child's perfect shield. Her second child is a young Tarkonian, who has been aggressive and frightened since losing his family. Other caregivers couldn't handle his strength, but Nara's greater size allows her to safely contain his outbursts while teaching him control and patience. The third is a human, Child, Tom's own nephew, orphaned when his parents' ship was lost. Tom asks Nara to care for the boy, knowing she will love him as her own. Nara's new family becomes famous throughout the station and beyond. Her success challenges other species to reconsider their own parenting restrictions and traditions. The human concept of chosen family begins to spread. The Vorthik Council watches from afar, seeing how Nara's children thrive under her care. Some younger Vorthik begin to question the old ways. Seeds of change are planted in their rigid society. Tom, now Nara's closest friend and co-parent to the human child, helps her establish a new life. "You've become exactly the mother you were meant to be," he tells her. "Not despite your size and strength, but because of it." The story ends with Nara teaching her children about the stars, just as she always dreamed. Her large hands point out constellations, while her strong arms keep them safe on the station's observation deck. She has found her purpose not by fitting into others' expectations, but by creating her own path. In the final scene, a young Vorthik female contacts Nara privately. She too has been rejected by the council for being too large. Nara smiles and begins to share what she has learned about true motherhood, that it comes from the heart, not from meeting others' narrow definitions of what a parent should be. The human concept of chosen family and inclusive parenting has begun to transform not just Nara's life, but the entire galaxy's understanding of what makes a good parent. Size, strength, and species matter far less than love, dedication, and the courage to protect those who need protection. Asterisk.